Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a really quick pickup video type impressions on this really cool thing I got in on the other day. And if you've been following the Sega community for a few years, you most likely heard of it or have one or have seen it. My good buddy Adam Koralik did a review on it a while ago, and my good friend Pat at Pat's Retro Rewind also picked one up with me. And what I'm talking about is the Sega Trio. And what this is that if you watched AVGN in the past, you would know, or if you are a Sega guy like me, the Genesis uses those big boxy plugs. And then if you have the Sega CD, it uses another big boxy plug. And then if you have boxy plug, very scientific. It's, what was it? It's not a transformer, it would be a, whatever. You get the point. And then if you have the 32X, it uses another one. So you have these three monsters that are very difficult to fit in an outlet. You can't fit in a wall because the wall usually has two. And then if you have like a surge protector or power strip type setup, it's kind of difficult to maneuver them and get them in. Sometimes you're covering other plugs and you can't get other things in. I had to just recently upgrade mine just to fit them. So RetroGameCave.com, I'm going to put their link down in the description. They actually make these. The gentleman, I think his name is Charles, he makes these by hand, and I think, don't quote me on that, and he does different models. So he does a Trio M1 and M2. This is the Trio M2. The Trio M2 does the Genesis, the 32X, and the Sega CD, but the 32X only had one model. But the Sega CD Model 2 and the Genesis Model 2, which is what I primarily use. If you buy the Trio M1, it does the 32X, the Genesis Model 1, and the Sega CD Model 1. Then there's like other, it depends on the version you buy, because then there's, people use the Genesis Model 1 with the Sega CD Model 2, etc. So you can go on the website, it tells you which one. There's also something called a Duo M1 and M2. So if you don't have a 32X, you can hook up that and use the Sega CD and Genesis. I believe you can also do the same thing with either just the 32X and Genesis, but you'd have to check the website out, as what I was really more interested in was the Trio, so I'm not 100% on that. But they have a bunch of different options and configurations. They also have it that you can buy little like rubber covers that go over the ends of these. So if you are going to use just two for now, like the Sega CD and Genesis, and you're not going to use the 32X, you can cover this so it doesn't hit metal and short out. So that's pretty cool too. Those are like $1.50, I think. They're not expensive. So here's the instruction manual that came with the Trio. It says, the plugs have a natural flow from top to bottom. Do not plug your Trio into the wall until the console is fully connected. Start by connecting the last plug in the chain to the 32X. The middle plug connects to your Genesis. The Sega CD will always connect to the plug closest to the power supply. Once your consoles are connected, plug the AC adapter into the wall outlet, turn on your console, and enjoy. Thank you, Retro Game Cave. So, I don't know if you can see this very well. It's just a printed piece of paper that came, and it just shows you the configuration of how to plug it in. So, pretty good in terms of the instructions, pretty simple, and who doesn't want to use this instead of frigging three huge black boxes that don't fit? So definitely check them out. They are sold out now. They go on sale every few months, it seems. They'll put up like a counter. You can do an email subscription, and they'll email you and let you know when they're coming in, which is what I did. And then I went on Twitter with Pat from Pat's Retro Rewind, and I was like, Pat, tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard. And he's like, holy shit, do you think I need it right now? And I'm like, yes. And then he's like, I didn't realize it was timed. Like, are they gonna sell out? And they sold out that night. So it cost me 30 bucks. I forgot to mention that. It's 30 bucks, and then $5 shipping with tracking, so it was 35 total, which to me is worth it. Plus those old power plugs just kind of bother me after a while. I worry if they're gonna lose any of their integrity after a while. I don't know. My dad's an electrician, so stuff like that kind of worries me, but maybe it's just me being anal. So that's really it. Check out Retro Game Cave. Check out Adam Koralik. Check out Pat's Retro Rewind. Check them all out. I'll put them all in the description. Fuck it. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.